Let's kind of talk about some catfish, Jordan. You've been chasing the catfish around quite a bit. You've been all over the lower end, from the big T-bow, little T-bow, to the upper bit part of the palmy arm. Fill me in a little bit on what you're seeing, what it's kind of taken to catch your fish, and kind of what your expectations are moving forward.
Well, right now I'm kind of focusing on the mouths of the creeks.
Mm-hmm.
There's still a lot of fish out on the main lake that's scattered out.
Yeah.
No current, no nothing changing, so they're kind of just hanging out at the mouths right now.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm drifting mainly right at the mouths of the creeks and out on the main lake still.
Yeah.
Pretty deep, 30 to 40 foot.
And are they on the? They're on the bottom, and 30 to 40 feet, pretty
Yeah.
much.
Yeah, they're on the bottom.
You're drifting that deep?
Mm-hmm.
Now, when you say drifting, I know a lot of people know what that is, but if folks are wanting to learn about catching catfish, what do you mean by drifting? What's your rig looking like? What do you need to do that, effectively?
So I use a Santee Cooper rig. It's pretty much a peg float with a hook toward the end and two-way swivel up above that, about a 24-inch leader.
Mm-hmm.
I run it's a 2 or 3 ounce dragging weight,
Mm-hmm.
and you just throw it out. I kind of stagger my lines a little bit. I run 6 rods and
Mm-hmm.
try to keep them separated pretty good. We're fishing that 30 to 40 foot of water right now, and the shad's pretty close to the creek channel.
Mm-hmm.
They're thick down there on the lower end. They're 10 foot deep from 30 to 40 foot on the bottom, and I'm catching them that deep with my cast net right now.
Wow.
Using a tape net,
Yep.
kind of a deep hole net. And 4 to 6 inch shad are grouped up really good there.
And that's about the ideal size that you're looking for as far as bait goes, right? You can fillet those up pretty good into chunks.
Yeah, I'll either cut them horizontally or fillet off
Mm-hmm.
2 sides and then use a head piece on there.
Mm-hmm. So, and you said those shad, they're really congregating towards the mouths of the creeks down on that end, and they're anywhere from 10 feet on deeper.
What's that?
On the shad?
Well, they're most of them are 30, 40 foot.
Oh.
But they're down on the about 10 foot deep of a school of them.
Okay, I see
That's how
what you're saying.
thick they are. I mean,
Oh, wow.
they're 10 foot from, say, almost the bottom, 10 foot up.
Mm-hmm.
So they'll be 20 or 30 foot deep from the surface.
Got it. Okay.
And out today, some of the windbone points and stuff, they were kind of closer up. So some of the shad were up shallower, but
Yeah.
majority of them's close to the channels and the ledges and stuff.
Yeah.
Which normally the catfish would be grouped up really good there on the channels and in the main channel.
Mm-hmm.
But water temp's still a little warm. They're scattered out across the flats.
Yeah. Now, when you're drifting, what kind of tools do you have in your boat to make sure? Are you just using the trolling motor to keep you at a steady line and speed, or what? Do you have one of those drag net deals?
Yeah, I throw drift socks out
Yeah.
there. I've got one big one and I've got a smaller one.
Mm-hmm.
Depending on the wind speed. I threw 2 out today because it was so windy. But
Yeah.
try to keep your speed about a half a mile an hour.
Yeah. Now, have you found that the windier days are a little bit better for fishing, or does that not seem to matter?
It doesn't really matter a lot. It doesn't seem like when you're that deep.
Mm-hmm.
Yesterday we had 2 limits in 3 hours,
Yeah.
and then today we had 2 limits, but some slots mixed in with them, so we didn't quite have our 2 limits.
Mm-hmm.
Some good quality fish today.
Yeah.
A little windier, but still kept their speed right around a half a mile an hour.
Yeah. So you're getting a lot of good eaters and getting some slots mixed in. On the creeks that you're fishing, is there anything, the ones that are productive, is there anything about them where for some reason they're sitting at that mouth? Is there something different about them that you can think of off the top of your head, or it's just go start trying some of the creek mouths and
Well, that's kind of where they're headed towards.
Mm-hmm.
The water temp on the lower end, it was 58.5 today.
Yeah.
So it's still pretty warm though.
Yeah.
They're just kind of staged up at the mouths right now.
So when we get this big cool down and the temperature is theoretically probably going to drop 5-10 degrees in a hurry, I would think within the next 10 days, What do you expect the catfish to be doing at that point? How would you change strategy, if any?
Well, I'll probably drift for another week or so
Mm-hmm.
until the water gets probably closer to 50, and I'll start anchoring up.
Mm-hmm.
Fish channel ledges and
Mm-hmm.
main channel, creek channels and stuff.
Yeah.
All them fish that's been scattered out across those flats are going to start moving into the
Mm-hmm.
channels.
You think?
Shad's all going to group up a little thicker too.
Yeah. You think you'll be fishing the same depth of water? Will you get any shallower at all?
Probably deeper.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's kind of weird on that lower end.
Mm-hmm.
But, either you're on the main lake, and they'll go all towards the main channel, and they'll be right up on the ledge. So you may have 30 or 40 foot flat, and then drop off to 50 or 60 foot in the main channel. They'll be up on top of the flat and on the ledge.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as back in the creeks, they might move in there 20 or 25. Just kind of depends. They're scattered all over right now.
Yeah.
You can catch them probably 5 different depths right down
Yeah.
there right now.
Yeah.
We caught some in 11 foot yesterday, just kind of a hump out there.
Uh-huh.
Way too much depth difference right now. They're
Yeah.
just not schooled up like they should be.
Yeah. And that's just because we just haven't gotten the cool down to really make it happen. I mean, do you think the lake level is contributing to that as well?
Yeah. I'd say no current and everything.
Yeah.
We're just kind of scattered for now.
Yeah.
They don't look like we're going to get any runoff or anything
Yeah.
for a while, so.
Yeah. Interesting.
Water temp will change them up a lot, though.
Yeah.
Up 'em up.
So, it's a lot of good stuff on the catfish. And would you say from the Tebow to the Palmy, I mean, has there been a better bite in particular anywhere? Like, has the Palmy been more productive? The Tebow, Little Tebow, Lower Osage, are you finding that there's an area that they're biting better, or is it about the same everywhere?
I fished over on the Palmy, and it was a lot slower than the Tebow's.
Mm-hmm.
Big and little Tebow's pretty good right now.
Yeah.